This is Angela, take 50. Yes, and I really mean it when I say that. And so I'm finally just going to pull the ripcord, and this is, whatever this is what it's going to be. Okay, so my name is Angela. I'm 50 years old, and I've had a dark night of soul awakening. That, I mean, I've been awake and going back to sleep for years, but this year I finally decided that I'm just going to go ahead and grow from it. And I ended a very painful, toxic, and abusive relationship in April. And then on August 3rd, I was told that my job was going to India on the 31st. On the 12th of August, I lost a very close friend of mine. And there have been things sprinkled in too. On top of all the big things, there have been little things that have just been exploding here and there. And why am I telling you this is because this is just kind of I want you to get to know me. It's the best thing that I could come up with. Is like, I kept thinking, I've got all these things, I've got all these ideas, but my biggest problem is piecing them together to make it an interesting piece as one. And I'm working on that. And my plan is to see these videos and watch myself grow through them and be an encouragement to others who are trying to get started, that it really is consistent, imperfect action that's going to get us to where we need to be. If I hadn't have had the content creators that I have had, and I've watched them grow, and I've watched how amazing and the heights that they're going to, I'm like so proud of every single one of them. Because I admire, they have inspired me, and they got me through, besides my close friends, of course, but not wanting to keep bothering them. You know, I watched so many videos, whether it was on narcissism or, you know, just pep talks or encouragement or, you know, broken hearts, like, losing things, getting better, knowing, you know, God, things about God, all these things. And I just want to say to all of those people, you don't even know who you are, but I do. And I thank you from the bottom of my soul, because you were part of my growth path, and thank you. And that's what I want to do for others, right? I've always had a heart for service, and I'm a counselor by nature. I mean, there are gifts that God has given to me that it's not by way of certificate or anything else like that. It's by experience, but just basically having these innate abilities that I have to read people, I mean, he sends me people, they'll come up to me all the time. And I know, because I'm going to get to that, why I think you're here and why I think you're watching right now and you haven't turned yet, is because I specifically I intended and manifested a very specific group of people that I wanted to watch this channel, platform, whatever you want to call it. And what I wanted that to be was, I want this to be a place of mutual spiritual growth. And that means I know that I have the gift of teaching, and I do want to teach things, but I also want to be taught, because I know that you guys have stuff to offer me too. And so please, I'm asking you, if you see this video and if you come back and you watch another one, once I start getting it going, this tonight is the night I'm getting this ball rolling. Okay. But if you could please engage with me in the comments to let me know, because I'm going to ask some questions. I figured let's just have fun with the first one. What I want to see is how well I have intended and brought in, manifested this specific type of people that I was requesting. It is either going to be that you like some of the things that I mention here a lot, or that you may be the exact opposite. I don't really feel like there's going to be very many in-betweeners. There could be. I left room for everything, but if you could just tell me in the comments if, okay, you either read the Bible and you love God, or you don't read the Bible, but you do love God, or you read the Bible, or you don't read the Bible, you don't love God, and you really can't stand the word Jesus, of course. That's like one thing that's like off the charts, like I see that people like really don't like. Okay. You have a past, you're in a relationship now with a person that has been, you could say that they have narcissism, or you're out of one, maybe even recently, like me. I'm 8 months, no contact. Okay. You, you are an empath, what people would consider an empath. Some people think that's a bunch of bullcrap, but it's really not. Okay. What happens is, I'm not going to get into a lot of it, but what I mean by empath is you're very in tune to the energy around you, especially to people's energy, and you are constantly seeking to make things better for them. Usually for them, you will do anything to like make somebody's life better. You are an encourager, a cheerleader by heart. You have maybe some psychic abilities that you found out, like here or there. Maybe you've seen stuff and then it happened. You've seen things in the spirit, good and bad, because I know that both exist. I've seen them both. You love music. You have a love for science, especially in the area of quantum physics and energy. You're of the light. You're a light worker. You have healing abilities. You may not have tapped into them completely or honed in on them, but you know that you have them. You're open-minded, and you sometimes feel like it came from a different place. You just don't feel like the stuff that's going on, especially right now. You just feel like, I don't really feel like I'm from here. I don't feel like I belong here. I feel like I belong somewhere else. You've been through a dark year, maybe the last 2 years. You've faced a lot of darkness. There's a lot of dark things that have happened that you could say are dark, but you're using them for light, and it doesn't matter where you are on the healing path. You're somewhere on it. You're somewhere on this awakening path. And I myself have been on it since 2004, on and off. And I could only say that I just kept going back to sleep on myself and therefore going back to sleep on others. And so I'm really trying to stay awake this time. Since my relationship, I haven't dated at all. Yeah. And I don't plan on dating until I get myself into a position where I am fully committed to my passions. And this is all the start of it. I don't know how this is going to evolve. But I really want to do that. I'm not religious at all. I'm against religion. And when I say I'm against religion, I just mean that I want no part of it. I am so respectful of other people's, anybody's beliefs. I'm respectful if you don't even have beliefs. Maybe you don't want beliefs. And because of things that I've mentioned, more oftentimes than not, I feel like one of the main parts of my mission is going to be to help people come out of a religious, judgmental background and see the true liberty that there is, the true liberty there is with Christ and God. And if you have any kind of religious baggage that you're holding on to that gave you bad feelings about God, I can tell you this right now, you were shown something that wasn't him. And that's where I want to have the biggest impact, because I just know the liberty that's there for you. But I want to do it together too. You have something to offer me too. This isn't free. This is this is a mutual thing. If I have that thing for you, then you're going to fill another need for me in some way, shape, or form. And I know that would just have to be on comments right now. But I can tell you this, any comment that you make, I will read it and I will try to respond. If I don't see it, even if it's just because, I don't have much to say back to it, even if it's just a thumbs up or whatever. But if you don't get anything from me, it means I didn't see it yet. And it just means I wasn't supposed to, but I will see it eventually. I don't know if I said you love animals or not, but you love animals. You're probably in the age range of 30 to 60. And you might have watched that show Once Upon a Time, because I have a feeling I'm going to reference that here and there. And you loved it. You loved that show. That's big for me. I love Nikola Tesla. I love Abraham Lincoln. I love Isaac Newton. I love Albert Einstein. He's a big one too. Benjamin Franklin. These kinds of people just really you really love to read stuff about them or hear things. You like quotes, maybe inspirational quotes. And let me see, I'm trying to think if you've made it this far even. I'm thankful and grateful that you have, because I know this is feels like it's going nowhere. But thank you for being a part of my first video that I've done. This is me pulling what's it called? Now, I said it 1,000 times before, but the cord, the string thing, you know what I mean. Anyways, I am not reshooting. This is it. This is what's going to be posted, so I don't care. So those are some things. Those are some things about me that I love. And I really, 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 the one thing I really don't like is religion. I don't mind even if you bring religion here, though, because this is open. Okay, it's open for anything that you want to tell me, like, hey, you could have done this better. But that doesn't mean I'm going to change, because I'm going to do things how I feel in my spirit. But I'm always open for, I'm not afraid to grow. And I'm open to opinions. I don't care. And I'm not going to delete your comments out. I mean, not unless they're foul or something like that. But I hear people do that all the time. It's like, if you do this, then you're going to be cut off the channel. And if you do that, then you're going to be cut off the channel. I'm like, well, I mean, if you do that to those people, how will they grow? Hey, sometimes we all have a bad day. Am I going to kill somebody just because? I don't even know if you can on here. I know you can on Facebook, but that's not how I roll. I'm big about everybody sharing, and I just feel like it's better that way. That we just keep it cool and keep it flowing. I don't know what this is going to evolve into, but I know it's going to be big. I know it's going to be awesome, and I would love to have you be a part of it. So until I'm back again, and I'm thinking about I might even tonight. It's kind of getting late now, but I'm not feeling well. But I might even throw around something that I actually was thinking about starting with. So yeah, it does get easier as the camera keeps rolling. So I'm going to sign off for now. But I thank you so much if you made it this far. And please, in your comments, let me know if anything that I said hit with you. Did I intend right? Am I manifesting well? And I'm even going to intend really, 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 really hard after I post it. I'm going to keep putting the intention there, because, people are going to keep watching. I hope it's going to get out there. And the best thing about it is we're not even going to know why, but we just know that this is going to be awesome. So just know, and if you're getting excited, if you feel even just a little bit of excitement right now, if anything I said, that any of those things, and you're like, what? How could I possibly? Well, first of all, be careful, because if you ever get into a narc situation, they will do that. They'll mock you and be like, oh my God, it's so unbelievable. And it's definitely not going to be all about narcissism. No, it's not what this is going to be about, but it's definitely going to be a big part of it, because that's, if you're in that situation right now, if you're with an abusive person, if you're with a toxic person, first of all, I want you to know I'm praying for you every night, that I'm sending you love and light, because that is where my intentions are going. And secondly, I want you to know no contact is the way to go. If you're able to do it, if you don't have kids together, if you feel in your soul like it's time to go, I need to get out of this, here's your sign. Here's your sign. If you can't leave right now, I want you to just at least start making your plan. I started planning heavily about the last 3 months before I left. I started doing really heavy growth exercises, and I think it's called Badass Counseling. I started out with that. Great guy, drops a little bit too many F-bombs for me. His name's Sven, but I think he has great content. He's a great person, and he's great. But there's so many people on Facebook, so many. If you need a system where you need someone to listen to you, go on Facebook and watch the videos, and they will speak directly to you. God will make sure the right ones, put that intention, put the right ones in front of me. I can't tell you how grateful and thankful I am to every single one of them, and I hope to be that for somebody else someday. I know it won't be on this video, but I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, Make your escape plan. Just make it. I had my own place to go back to, so it was a little bit easier for me. Thank God I didn't get married, and I held on to my place. I kind of always knew in my spirit, I guess, you know. A lot of times we say, like, it just hit us out of nowhere, but I knew exactly what was happening the whole time. And I don't have any regrets, because it taught me things that I'm going to teach others now. I think I've been with just almost every single type of narcissist. I think I've either had them in my life in some way, shape, or form, or I've dated them. And that's why I think now I have killed this cycle, and I know it. This was the hardest one. This was the most heartbreaking for me. That I know that this was the one. This was the one, baby. This was the one that broke the cycle. And I'm coming back stronger than ever. And anything he ever did to me, and anything he ever took from me, whether it was my time or the lies and all of that stuff, you know, just what's that word called? I don't even have it now. Not pride, but whatever that other word is. I can't remember it. But anyways, anything taken from me, it'll give back. God's going to give it back to me tenfold. I've been receiving that message heavy, heavy, heavy. And also that he needed to be out of my life right now, as well as others that I cut out of my life, because they weren't supposed to go where I'm getting ready to go. But you are. You're supposed to go where I'm getting ready to go. I know it. I can feel it. I'm excited about it. You're going with me. And if not only you, but other people in my that are physically around me, we're all going to do this. We're stronger together. And I know it's mostly a female audience. And so I'm looking at the timer. It's been 16 minutes. I'm already well past the time that they say that you should do. But I just felt like I needed to make this first initial video, let you know who I am a little bit, and give you kind of a taste of that snack, if you will. But it's going to turn into more, I promise. I'm going to keep learning and growing. And I don't know when I'm going to post a video again. Maybe it's going to be tomorrow. Maybe it's going to be, I don't know that this one's going to post up tonight, because I don't know. I've never posted one yet. I don't know how it works, but I think it's going to be tonight. I think it is December 7th. And, what time is it? 6:36. It's the time. So please leave your comments. I'm begging you. I know that's not what I should do if I want it to happen, but I'm asking you, please. I'm so excited to know if I've intended and brought you in right. And have a great night tonight, and sleep well. And remember what I said. If you're in an abusive situation, start making your escape plan. And then you will be even stronger when it comes around, and you're going to have your stuff together. Just make sure that it's out of sight for anybody to see or hear. All right. Love you. Good night.